It's
So
been
this
a
should be
while.
interesting. This should be interesting, right?
Well, it's been a while. So, you know, these players have faced each other back in their collegiate days. But now this is a different scene. It's a different court. It's a different arena, different dynamics altogether.
And now let's meet the starters
And it's
first.
time to get
for
this
the
game going. So let's go
Creamline
down to our
Cool
Coliseum
Smashers.
partner, Noel Zarate, to get us started.
Outside spiker from the Ateneo de Manila University, team captain number 2, Eliza Valdez. Middle blocker from the National University, number 5, Risa Sato. Middle blocker from the College of St. Benilde, number 6, Jeanette Panaga. Opposite hitter from De La Salle University, number 7, Michelle Gumabao. Center from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 12, Gia Morado. Outside spiker from Adamson University, number 15, Gemma Galanza. Starting libero from the Far Eastern University, number 11, Kyla Tienza. And the interim head coach for Creamline is Sherman Meneses. And now the starters for the Santa Lucia Lady Realtors. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 5, Mika Reyes. Opposite hitter from the University of Santo Tomas, number 8, Isa Maizo Pontillas. Center also from UST, team captain number 12, Ruby De Leon. Outside spiker from Juniata College, number 13, MJ Phillips. Middle blocker from the University of St. La Salle, number 15, Del Palomata. Outside spiker from the Bulacan State University, number 20, Jonah Sabete. Starting libero for Santa Lucia out of Anderson University, number 1, Bang Pineda. Head coach for the Lady Realtors is Erickson Orculio. And this game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. This is match number 2 between Creamline and Santa Lucia. This is the Premier Volleyball League.
The starters for the defending champions, Creamline Cool Smashers, including the new addition, Jeanette Panaga. Atienza will be the libero, while Bang Pineda will serve her duties on the other side. We haven't even talked about Del Palomata, one of them late additions also to Santa Lucia, to add on to the height that numero 8, as they call her, Isa Maizo Pontillas and Mika Reyes will provide. What are you looking for at the start of this match, other than them trying to get into the flow of things? Because when you talk to the players, they're saying they haven't scouted any of a lot of the other opponents because nobody's been playing. So the strategy is to concentrate on themselves first. So with that in mind, what are you looking for in this matchup, in the opening set at least?
Yeah, well, I think first and foremost it's to see how organized the teams are, because it all starts from there. If you're very organized as a team, it's very easy for you to adjust to your opponent, especially in this case where they will be meeting each other for the first time.
Nice corner find there by MJ Marjana Phillips to tie the match 1-all. Cool Smashers, Lady Realtors playing at the PCV Socio-Civic and Cultural Center in Bacara, Ilocos Norte. It's been a fine first day for the first professional volleyball league in the Philippines. Nice pick up there. Sato keeping it alive. Pineda. That's out. It's a little wide for Isa Maizo Pontillas. You know, she is making her comeback in a way to the V League, because she was part of the V League after she came out of college from UST after her championship, season 73 if I'm not mistaken, then going to season 74. Then the next year she was part of the V League, and we'll talk more about that later. But first, it is 2-1, courtesy of Creamline. Ball still alive. Cross court, Pineda was there. Isa pushes it to the other side. That's a double touch on Risa Sato, so we're tied early here in the first set.
And a little bit of force there at the net. Maizo obviously using her experience.
Mika Reyes, Lady Realtor. So technically, this is only her 6th game as a Lady Realtor. Nice attack there from Gemma Galanza, and if we're going to judge and from that form, from that flight, it seems like it's the Gemma Galanza that we saw from the finals of the 2019 Open Conference. I know that might be overstating it with one flight, but hey, she's looking good.
A good play.
Phillips in the middle. Oh, she must be happy to have, you know, a Maizo and a Mika Reyes right now helping her here with the Lady Realtors, whose their highest finish in the PSL was a 5th place in 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
And you know, this is just the right balance that they would need in the team so that they're able to distribute more to other players.
I don't know what the call there is, but a point will be awarded to the Lady Realtors. We have, by the way, referees Bobby Celso and Rene Gaspilio here. 4-3, or serving 3. This receive, which keeps it alive. Atienza sends it over. Phillips setting up De Leon. And a nice strike there from Jonah Sabete, one of those transferees from the Petrogas Angels.
Here, I think what would be interesting is to see how Ruby De Leon will really distribute the plays. I mean, we've seen how she has played, and she is the type of setter that will really utilize all of her attackers in front.
Reverse. Mitch Gumabaw. 4 will be serving 5. By the way, for the benefit of the viewers, and most of you might know this, but we will reiterate the fact that me and Anne are not there at the venue. The only people allowed at the venue, obviously, are the tournament and league officials, the players, obviously, the coaches, the teams, technical crew, and a few media members. I think there are 4 or 5 select media. And of course, one representative from us here, from our group of One Sports, i.e. Tinsay.
Uh-oh.
Join us in a bit. In the meantime, it's 6 serving 4. Unfortunately,
She didn't make it.
well, she looks good. Gemma looks like she's in shape. You know, I was asking them in terms of their physical conditioning, and they said they are at around 8 from a scale of 1 to 10.
8 out of
As
10.
a team, obviously goes through as Panaga finds an opening there to tie this match at 6-all, just as we expected at.
Well, many of us have probably witnessed how these teams have trained, you know, at the start of the pandemic on their own through online trainings until they eventually trained together. So it's that 8 out of 10 is good to hear.
Right, and it's all of them will tell you, and as we see this rally here at 6-all, that iba yung Zoom training, and it's been very intense individually, and you know this, Anne, as a champion yourself, iba yung may bola, iba yung may court.
Iba yung may kalaban. If you
Iba
have
yung may
scrimmages,
kalaban,
yeah.
correct. Which most of them have not had. No tune-up matches, but they're looking good so far as Panaga puts it away, and they take over the lead, down 6-4, or down 4-6, they're now 7-6 ahead.
So far, we've seen good variety of plays coming from Creamline.
Lanza continues to serve. De Leon. Gumaba was smart to it, but I think it was Morado who will be called for the lift here. What a nifty move by Lucia De Leon.
She's known for that. She's done that a lot.
What does Del Palomata bring here as an addition to Santa Lucia?
I think number one is obviously the height. tight
Right.
at the net,
Correct.
a different kind of energy. That's why when she was starting, no, people really liked watching her. You saw her grow into the game.
First technical timeout. We'll be back.
Serving for Creamline, service now for Jeanette Panaga.
We're back with you here on One Sports and One Sports Plus for the continuing coverage of opening day for your Premier Volleyball League, the first professional league in the Philippines. That would have been illegal. Well, actually, it was a legal hit by Aiza Miser, if I'm not mistaken, and Kalang Palabas. So now, this is, if I'm not mistaken, a 5-1 run by the Cool Smashers.
You see that they are comfortable, moving together as a team.
He got able to put it away. Send it over. Pineda, open. It's Sabete who adjusts, open. Valdez trying to go for the corner. That is out. They're looking for a check. There's no check. 9-8 will be the score. This is a great match so far. You're looking at the other players waiting in the wings. Pam Lastimosa, former finals MVP, Amy Ahumiro, they're all in there for the Santa Lucia Lady Realtors. Combination play and a gaping hole at the back. How many times have we seen that from Gia Morado to Eliza Valdez?
Very good connection between these two. I think on that note, on the side of Santa Lucia, the Lady Realtors need to adjust their defense a bit.
3-time PVL Finals MVP. De Leon, Phillips. Valdez still finds a way, but Pineda was there to cover. Easy ball for Creamline. They dig it up. That is going to the corner. Mitch was hoping that she put a little bit of a top spin so the ball will go in, but nope, it is long. Mitch Kumabao, the rest of the Creamline Cool Smashers ahead only by 1. The accolades for Ruby De Leon. Actually, pag inikot mo itong mga player na to, and this is what's so great about this year, every time you're going to see two teams play, you can pick 5 players from both teams who have a lot of personal achievements, accolades already, tucked under their belt.
And that's what makes, watching this professional volleyball league great, because you have all the best talents here.
That's one of them, Aiza Mizo. I had run out of, paper space listing the achievements of Aiza Mizo from college to V-League to the PSL, and now I'm sure she's aching to get more here in the Premier Volleyball League. 11-10 is the score. Reverse set to Mitch. Great anticipation there at the down. Oh! Mizo. Cortilias misjudging that ball.
It was a good try just to get that ball over. And usually lefties would have that advantage, if you're trying to hit the ball at that angle.
Sato with another great serve. She's so good at those serves, but Del Palamata was so good in terms of closing the door there on Gemma Galanza. So they're sticking close here, 11-10. Nip and tuck in there, as they say, as Marjana Phillips backs up with a serve. Good serve. The push doesn't work, but it's still with them. They reverse it to Mitch. Mitch gets it through the block.
Now, attack coverage is something that is missing right now for the Lady Realtors.
Stuck in the mud yung paa. The Bang Pineda couldn't move. Pineda with the receive. Phillips from behind, and an easy block by Janet Panaga. Read well, right in the middle. Access denied.
And when things get predictable, look at that single block.
14-11. She's back serving. Pineda underhands it. Sabete. We also have some high flyers here in Gemma Galanza, Liza Valdez, Jonah Sabete. And back in the day when she was a striker, we're talking about Bang Pineda. That's another one. But of course, she's playing libero for the Lady Realtors.
But it's also the beauty of playing volleyball. It's how you get exposed to the different positions. In the case of Bang, she has really proven herself, playing different positions. Her latest now as a libero, which is not easy, mind you.
De Leon, short stab by Palomata. Eliza, mataas ang bola. Bang will serve it up. And Sabete will check it out. As Sherwin Meneses will have, I think, around 4 games until Coach Tai Bundit, if I'm not mistaken, comes out of quarantine and coaches in person. The Creamline Pool Smashers. Chance here for the Lady Realtors. Mabaw sends it over. Pineda. Maizo lost her footing.
She was, I think, conscious about the attack line.
Yeah. Gemma Galanza back serving. They had a nice little run when Gemma Galanza was serving a little earlier. They were down by 2 and they all of a sudden led by 2. So let's see if they can duplicate that. As Phillips from behind that gets the net. Does it roll out? Yes, it does. So that means the Cool Smashers will lead 16-13. League of professional superstars. That's what you're watching. The Premier Volleyball League Open Conference is Gemma Galanza iced by that second technical timeout, pushes that ball out to cut the lead down to 2 for the Lady Realtors, who have Del Palomata serving 14-16. Then counter.
Just a few exchanges. We haven't seen a big lead so far, so it's been quite close.
17-14 is our score. Ricky Palu. Sports Vision. It's good receive. Great anticipation at the net. They go back to Jonah. Jonah had nobody in front of her, but she could not convert. But on the second jump, yeah, Jonah Sabete.
Definitely a high leaper. Just that last attempt didn't make it.
18-14 is our score then. That's out. Misreceived by Isa Maizo Pontilla, so that will cue a first timeout here by Coach Orculio. So 14-19. Am I correct, Dan? That was the first non-technical timeout,
yes,
right? So
that's
kasi
right.
medyo bumuka na, this is the biggest lead. What are you seeing at?
So I think in this case there have been quite a number of errors. So quite some free points that the Cool Smashers have been getting from the Lady Realtors.
That's where the of course the bubble is. The Wat City To be specific, it is PCV Social Civic and Cultural Center in Bacara, Ilocos Norte. These are just some of the scenes, some of the sites. Have you been to Ilocos Norte, Ann?
No, but that will be on top of my list
be.
once, you know,
It
things
should
are
be.
much better.
To see all of these, sites. Back to the game, 1914. Banaga continues to serve. Sabete receives. Phillips in the middle. Easy pickings for Creamline. Nice block there by Reyes. Valdez tries to go for a faster attack. This one opens up. Phillips unable to keep it in play. That is the first bomb, I think, for the game for many-time MVP Elisa Valdez. 6-point lead, which forces Coach Orgulio to bring in Kai Palualua, who's telling her teammates to relax and smile and not be.
To be a little bit more consistent on that one.
Cheng is also in the ball game for the first time. Free ball. Cheng sets up Sabete, who puts it away.
Nice explosive attack from Sabete. Great angle as well.
You said it perfectly. Explosive. Jonas Sabete, who is extremely thankful to the Santa Lucia company, corporation, for not only taking her in, but providing her and Jovi Panaga a place near their training center so that they don't have to go far to go back and forth for their training bubble.
Which is very critical at this point.
2015 is our score.
Probably the biggest lead that we've seen.
It's 21-15. Sasato, Gia Morado. Sabete receiving. What was wrong there? Was that the set? Was it the reception to begin with?
Starting with the pass, but also the timing of Kai. It's a little bit off here.
Right. So we have another timeout here by Coach Orgulio. Coach Orgulio, of course, who basically came in at the same time that Mika Reyes came in for the Santa Lucia Realtors.
A lot of changes to be embraced.
This is the biggest lead, 22-17.
Quite a number of substitutions also for the Lady Realtors.
As Aiza Maizo Portillas will sit down for a while and watch from the sidelines as Gia Morado. Napitin. Yung set. Gumabaw. That is a tough set. And a tough set to receive from her side, Anne, wasn't it? Look at this.
Look at the... It was in between the two blockers.
23-15. We're having some technical issues, just in case you guys are wondering. We're trying to fix right now. Now it is 24-15. Wow, this just all of a sudden, kanina, tikita tayo, palitan now. You know, Creamline just pulling away.
It was a good start for the Lady Realtors, but has slowed down a bit tail end of this first set. And it's these errors that we've mentioned earlier. So that we've been seeing quite a few errors. A bit of a struggle with the passes as well.
You're also seeing, and the fact that maybe, at least from the very first set, you're seeing that Creamline is really just more familiar with each other as a team. And it's manifesting even the first set. And we expected that. They're the defending champions. They have a solid core. They've been training for almost 2 months in Clark's. As a touch error, I believe. Oh, is it an overreach for Gia Morado? Yeah, so Santa Lucia gets a point there. So delaying Creamline Cool Smashers from taking this first set. Dorado chooses Gumabaw. The open. De Leon. Eliza. That's out. So Santa Lucia Lady Realtors hanging on in this set. Make a go of it, and if usually coaches will tell you that even if parang lamang na at mananalo na yung kabila, you don't want to let go and just give them the set.
And, you know, it's not over until they hit 25.
It's still not over. 24-8 is our score. Sherwin Meneses will call his very first time out. So it is in situations like this when Ty is coaching and it seems like he cannot finish the set. He just calls this timeout and does nothing.
It's just to slow them down, you know, make them think. They just need to cut the momentum and turn it over on their side. In this case, yun nga, it's just slowing them down. Probably just yeah. What do you need to do? It's just 1 point.
And also to kind of halt the momentum. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
24-18.
Hmm.
Elusive winning point here in the first set.
Oh, but whew.
Lisa Santos, so the set ends at 25-18. The defending champions pulling away and then getting the job done for set number 1. We will be back.